Hope everyone's well. It's Dave. Just thought I'd do a very quick video here on holiday in Spain. I'm actually in Cadiz at the moment, having been in Seville for a few days, and we go home on Wednesday, so I might be looking a little bit sunburned. I've been getting frazzled in this relentless Spanish sun. We did have a cooler couple of days on Saturday and Sunday, and the heat's starting to build again today. Seville last week was ridiculous, 43, 44 degrees. I mean, that's too hot, but we've had an absolutely great trip. I just thought I'd do a very quick video, really, just some very quick observations on Spain compared to the UK. I mean, the only negatives really are it is very hot. I mean, it was in Seville. I wouldn't recommend going to Seville in August. We just thought we'd go for a few days prior to coming to Cadiz. It's a beautiful city, but this time of the year, it's the heat is very it's very tough, you know. Literally the only other negative to do with Spain I can think is you know, a Spanish waiter will only serve you when he is ready to serve you. You can wait forever. I know it's siempre mañana in Spain, but on that note, and this is the first observation, and this is interesting. I mean, 20 years ago I never thought I would find myself saying this, but things compared to the UK, things run like clockwork in Spain. Things just work. Buses are on time, trains are on time, comfortable, you know. They are air conditioned, but they're comfortable, they're not overcrowded, and as I say, things just, they turn up on time. Taxis, very reasonable, cheap actually. You're not getting ripped off left, right and centre. Now this is one of the cheaper parts of Spain. I'm here in Andalusia, but it is very you don't get the feeling ever that you're being ripped off, you know. And for the quality of food in particular, you know, it's absolutely brilliant. It really is. And the longer I spend here and the more I compare life here to life in the UK, the more I think Spain's in better shape. I really do. Now I know it's easy for me to say that, you know, being a tourist in Spain. I try to be more of a traveller than a tourist, but let's call it, you know, let's say it's a holiday in Spain, and you know, you always do see the more positive aspects of life, really. You're exposed to the better things in life when you're on holiday. I think the longer you spend in a place, the more negatives you're going to see. But I have lived in Spain before, so I kind of know a little bit, albeit that was best part of 20 years ago. But the main difference, as I said, first of all, things just work better in Spain. I never thought I would say that 20 years ago. Never thought I would say that. But they really do compared to the UK, absolutely. Prices much more reasonable. You're not getting ripped off left, right and centre. But even more so, I would say, there just seems to be more vibrancy and life here. There does. They're quite clearly, sorry about the poor camera angles, the Spanish are quite clearly very in touch still with their history. They really are, and they celebrate it, and they celebrate their traditions, and you can see it, you can feel it. You know, yesterday Sunday lunch, and that's kind of like a momentous dining experience in Spain. For any of you who have lived in Spain, you'll be aware of that. You know, from about 1:30 to 3:30, the whole family goes out. The streets are full with families eating, you know, plates of fried fish, plates of ham, having a couple of glasses of wine, and it's all the family are out, and it's a real occasion, it's a real celebration, and that is very much still the case, and that is wonderful to see. But the words kind of, yeah, tradition and history, vibrancy, culture and confidence comes to mind as well. It really does. It is absolutely abundantly clear to me that Spain, I'm sure it has been under some level of psychological attack by its media and by its politicians and the usual suspects. And I know it did suffer particularly badly with absolutely insane COVID policies. However, as I say, I do think life is still very much the same as I remember it when I lived in Seville nearly 20 years ago, and it's got that timeless feel to it still. It really does. Yeah, it's, as I say, tradition, history, culture, confidence, vibrancy, a celebration of people and family and place and community. I really see it, and you know, I love these things, and they're not completely dead in England either, and I do try and, you know, stress that. However, as a contrast, I really do think, yeah, Spain's in better shape. Spanish culture is in better shape. The country's in better shape. I think it's working better. I think the people seem to be more confident. I think I think those traditions are still alive and kicking, and the people seem happier. This is only my perspective based on 9 or 10 days, but here's something else as well, and then I'll end the video because these are only some very brief observations really. You don't see anywhere near as many people walking around with their heads buried in the phones. Now I know that's ironic, I'm doing this video now, pointing this phone at myself and talking to you, but you know what I mean. There's far fewer people who are walking around like zombies, and that ties in again to the fact, or my perception anyway, that conversation and personal interaction is still very much a facet of life here. So there's that respect really for and that want to communicate with whoever you're with, whether that's friends, family, or often you just see people talking to the waiters. I mean, the Spanish, they do like to talk, they like to chat, in fact sometimes they never stop talking. But that's nice, and I think that's somehow maybe they've not embraced that, not embraced they've not become as consumed by the addiction of the smartphone as many in the UK have, particularly younger people. And that's really something I've noticed. Very, very discernible difference there in the number of people compared to the UK who are walking around, with heads in the phones, not looking where they're going, and sat at tables, everyone on the phone. You do see it, but nowhere near the same level. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed my time in Spain, and it's really reassuring to see that the Spain I remember still exists. I do try to to see signs of the UK that I love as well, and when I do see those features of life, I always try to highlight them, but generally speaking, I am quite negative really about life in the UK. Coming here, I was in Poland last November as well, and similarly in Poland, completely different weather. It was -8 and snowing the whole time I was there, but again, it was quiet as well, and it's different in very many ways, Poland, but very similar in its connection to its past, and the way it preserves and conserves, and its ties to family and community and history. And I just think it's a massive shame, what's going on in the UK at the moment, and kind of like that left-wing insurgent movement that's gathered pace in the last 20 years, and the way the society is degenerated, and the real obsessions with money, image, consumerism, materialism, particularly money, and how we've distanced ourselves and moved away from those things that once made us great. I see a real difference, I really do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm enjoying my time in Spain. I've had some excellent food, I've had a few beers, not too many. Spent a bit of time on the beach. We've walked the streets, the old winding cobbled streets of Spain. Try to stay out the sun as much as I can. I mean, one thing about Spain is it's absolutely roasting hot, but it's never hard to find shade, so that's great. And apart from the first couple of days in Seville, where it was temperature in the mid-40s, and it's too hot, that it really is. Apart from that, we've hey Sarah and her sister now coming to meet me, so just end the video now. That'll do now. We're on 9 minutes. Hope you're all having a great time. I'll try and upload this today. You're coming over, and I will do another video when I'm back. Okay, see you later. Bye bye.